A friend asked me how to maintain our motivation on the way to achieving our goals and desires. And don't give up on the smallest failure. I said, do not neglect the Goldilocks rule. Asked, how do you mean? I said, Goldilocks law says, the human brain loves a challenge and you should give it challenging food. They say that it takes at least 5 years to make a good sound from a violin. They say that to build a body in shape, you have to put on weights for at least a year. But one question, how can we not get tired soon on this path? James Clear, the author of the beautiful book Atomic Habits, knows the secret of not giving up on making a daily habit based on Goldilocks law. Goldilocks law says that the human brain loves a challenge and you should give it challenging food. But this challenge should not be to the extent that it bores him, nor should it be to the extent that it wears him out. This challenge should have a manageable difficulty. For example, suppose you love tennis and you know tennis well. What happens if you play in front of a 5-year-old player? You will get bored quickly because the game is very easy for you. You won all the points of the game and there is no challenge for you. What if you play in front of a professional tennis player like Roger Federer? This time you will lose your motivation soon because the competition is extremely difficult and you have nothing to say. What if you play with someone who plays at your level? You put all your focus and effort into tight and tough competition. This path is the first word in the beginning and continuation of work. If you don't pay attention to the controllable difficulty in the path of the work you have started and impose a stormy and exhausting start on yourself, or the opposite of that, you could not bring the brain's favorite food, you will impose boredom and exhaustion on it. Now how can you reach this controllable difficulty? 1. The feeling of the track. Until you get into the work and experience the feeling of the work you are doing, you will not realize the controllable difficulty level of it. For example, when you open a book, you see that you haven't read 2 pages, you are tired and your mind jumps, reading 2 lines does not give you a good feeling. 2. Expert advice. Did you see that when registering for a language class, they get a level of determination? This story is the same as the original Goldilocks saying. If you start from ABC without paying attention to controllable difficulty, you will make him unmotivated and tired. And if you take him to the level C2, or proficiency, without paying attention to the language background, you will discourage him. 3. Self-knowledge. One cannot move forward without reading several books at the same time, and one cannot start the second book until one is completed. One person has high energy in the mornings and days, and the other person is a night person. One should study in silence and the other is comfortable with my music. That's why you can't give one line to everyone. Did you have a similar experience? If so, write to us in the comments.